regardless. So anyway, so come to find out, when we get to court, what had happened was that he had signed an exclusive deal with Warner, which violated his deal, his agreement with them, and he had indemnified them. So what it meant was if anyone else put out a record, Warner could sue him.
Right.
So his lawyers had to sue me. You understand what I'm saying?
To defend him, to keep him
just
out of...
because they got to be like...
So you became the bad guy.
When you say, you know what indemnified,
yeah,
you're
of course.
a lawyer. So that means that they were going to cover Warner's legal fees.
Right.
But, you know, he doesn't know that probably. So now I put the record out. They all try to do that so they don't get sued. But when we get to a deposition, you know, everything comes out because Currency's not a liar.
Right.
And that's why I had to give him that much props. Because when he got there, he was like, nah, I mean, I got a record deal. I don't know what they talk about. And I was like, but, you know, you Currency, you know, you got it. Again, I don't want to talk his business.
Right.
But the deal he had didn't reflect what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I was like, y'all got to pay me because and I hit them with all lawsuits. So I hit Joey with a lawsuit. I hit his lawyer, his manager. What was his lawyer's name?
Nova Perry.
Yeah, Nova Perry.
It's funny because she heard you was going to be on the show today.
Yeah.
And she hit me.
And she
was like, you made money. You made like $1 million.
Yeah, okay.
And never paid Currency.
Listen, the bottom line is the money never got counted.
Right.
Because I wasn't set up for all of that. So I didn't take nothing. And he didn't take nothing. He could get it counted. I could get it counted. The deal we had was it's a partnership. It's equal. I'm not the man. I'm not the guy. You can get an accountant to do all those things. But right now I'm dealing with other stuff. I was doing this for fun.
And there's expenses.
Plus, let me ask you a question.
There's expenses that you got to pay.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When has an artist, and you're a lawyer, put out a record and got a royalty within a year?
Not at all.
So why are they stressing me about that? Like, well, it's something like, yo, count it yourself. Like, why? But the reason why was because Joey went, offered him a bag of money, knowing that Currency had a deal with me. He knew that, which is called torturous interference. Is that not your lawyer?
Contractual interference, yeah.
It's torturous interference when you interfere with someone's relationship and their ability to work with their partner. That's torturous interference. So Joey knew that I had a deal with him. He saw all the stuff that was going on, but he still offered him $1 million or whatever it was anyway. And this is a young kid, you know, and then put a battery in his back and was telling him that I was robbing him.
Was Currency believing him?
I mean, obviously I got a lawsuit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is how they're justifying it.
Right.
But really what happened is the lawyers made him take a deal because the deal we had was back end. So, you know, you're a lawyer. You can't commission a deal on a back end money. It's only when money's so they had to get him a deal up front so they could get money from it. Right. That's an easy trick. And then they had him go through this lawsuit. By the time we got to a deposition, he was already $50,000 in legal fees and nothing happened. So now, and she got him a lawyer. Nova Ferry got him a real estate lawyer. So
to represent him in this case?
Yeah, so I'm talking like, yo, they rookies, man. Like, they taking you, man. They just going to charge you dough. Because at the end of the day, it's the lawyers that always get the money. You know what I'm saying? They make you go to court so they can get paid. Even if you lose, your lawyer still gets paid.
Right.
If you win and it's only $5, but it's $100,000 in legal, you still got to pay that legal.
Right.
No matter what, a lawyer gets paid. So that's why I don't trust lawyers. And I told Currency off top, don't let lawyers deal with this. Always let's talk in front of the lawyers. But he didn't, you know, and again, I don't blame him because
he's new to the game.
And he's creative.
Right.
So he's not supposed to be good at business. It's crazy how people have all these expectations of artists being 25 and being able to save money. But he ruined that kid's career because I was protecting him.
Right.
I feel bad for Currency because he was getting ready. He has a great brand. And you know, he doesn't have to depend on radio. He could be independent. That's why I was like, why the fuck you take a record deal?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I was going to take him without compromise to a place where pop culture could appreciate him. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
Right.
Like me, Cam, like we don't have to bend over to get there. It just takes a little longer.
Pause.
We don't have to, is what I said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, let's go to a quick station break. This is the Combat Jack Show, the CombatJackShow.com.
Cheer.
Got Damon Dash in the building. Yeah. F your radio, F your podcast, F your TV show.
You know, your barber, he gets close to you because he cuts your hair. In your house, you trust him. He sees everything. You know, he becomes your friend. And, you know, he saw the whole thing from my perspective. So you know, I've always appreciated his struggle as an independent, and some things have happened that have been defining in his life, and I'll let him explain that. But I respect him, and he's an entrepreneur. But also, he'd also hear all the bullshit in the barbershop. So he started to tape me, you know what I'm saying? So he taped me this day when I was in my crib in Malibu. And, you know, I was like, you know, you need to make some he'll chop it up and put it out, start bringing attention to your brand, because he's taped a lot of other people that he cuts.
Right.
And the other people that he cuts respect him because they're kind of like-minded. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to, of course, because he's an entrepreneur, give it to him.
Right.
He has certain clients that won't give it to him. He can't even ask. But those are the guys that don't think those are the guys that are getting paid by corporate.
Of course.
They don't like to help too much.
Right.
You know, that's the thing too. Like, if you're going to get paid by corporate, shit with your brothers. It's like if you're going to be the warden in the jail and your whole crew's in the jail, you got to let them do what they want to do.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why people don't share. But anyway, so he made the tape and then he put it out. You know, and again, he has a book and he has a movie, you know, these other things. So he caught me. And again, like, if somebody asks me questions, I'm going to answer. Like, I'm not politically correct. I don't sell my celebrity, so I don't have to worry about what people are thinking. You know, I sell product for a price. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the street, this is what I learned. You know, I see drug dealers smacking. You know, they're not very nice to the drug addicts. The drug addicts still stay online as long as the work is good.
Right.
So when that's your model, have good work, you don't have to be nice. You don't have to worry about things, because I'm not asking nobody to give me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So I've always appreciated. So he did the tape, and I was teaching him how to, you know, and he put it up. And
you didn't anticipate the buzz was going to be this crazy?
The thing is, I knew it was. I didn't care.
Right.
You know, it was for him. You know, if somebody talks to me, I'm not going to be politically correct. It's phony.
Right.
So when people buy experience, if you're an artist, it's about being authentic. Once you start to do things in a formula, it's not the truth anymore. You know, artists not supposed to be a lie. Artists supposed to be complete. A real rock star is a person that's against the grain, not that cooperates.
Right.
So the last couple of years, it seems like, because I haven't been around, it's been like cooperators are running shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that are cooperating, not with people's model. Cooperate and we can survive. Nah, get them out of here. And because of the internet, and because now, and also what I understand about Lyor is he invented the 360 deal. Like, you got quotes of him justifying it. Then he gets whacked, pause, and now he's trying to be independent.
And speaking out against the...
Yeah, what is that? and when I was doing it, he was the main guy trying to dead it. So he thinks we're that dumb. And I'm like, yo, So I also, again, I just think CEO beef. Let's have an articulate. Let's make hip hop look good.
CEO beef.
When we fight, yeah, why do you keep putting me with a rapper? But you know why they was putting me against a rapper? Because that's the old, they kept me to focus on a rapper, so I would not focus on them. It's an old trick.
The distraction.
What are they doing with Flex? They got me focused. They got y'all focused and everyone else on Flex. I'm talking about Joey. I'm talking about Lyor.
So I'm
talking about Todd Moskowitz.
So you really believe they put the battery?
They definitely put. I told you, people see
in Flex's back.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Why is Joey not fighting for himself? Speaking up, not
Maybe
punching.
Because he's not built for that.
But
you got quote unquote bosses.
All right, so
that's not
let me give you another instance where I'm really is where it's like venom for him.
Right.
Where I have no mercy for him. So with the Max B and Jim Jones situation, right? I'm not going to say any names, but all I know is that Joey told someone that if he can get Max B out of his deal, that there would be money for him. And then he proceeds to give this guy my number. This guy's been asking other people for my number, and I've been sending a message like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't want you to have my number.
Right.
So Joey gives him my number. So, of course, this is an aggressive guy. You know what I mean? And he starts talking to me aggressively, and it could have snowballed into something crazy.
Right.
And it almost did. But because I'm
crazy, like street shit?
Yeah, street.
Right.
Like, these are real guys. Max B's in jail for murder right now. So basically, instead of sitting Jim in a room with Max B and squashing it because, you know, he had some kind of control because he had the money, he put a battery in someone's back for us to go and fight so that he can make money off the winner. And I'm sick of them doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And that is where my problem came, pause, from him.
Right.
If I wasn't who I was and level-headed, because black on black fighting is the dumbest shit in the world. It always makes us look stupid.
Isn't that shit so tired right now, 2014?
It's always been tired. We look stupid fighting each other. We look stupid fighting, especially at a certain age. When people start fighting, it's because they're not comfortable with what they know.
Right.
That's overcompensation for feeling dumb. When you start fighting, it's because you can't, you know, your emotions get the best of you. Right. So you put your hands on, like I said, I wasn't happy I smacked Steve. I really wasn't, because that's not the example I wanted to set for everybody.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So now the next time something violent happened, I just had to pay for it. Not to say with me, but with someone else, because that's the example I led. I was disappointed in myself. But that dude was pissing me off, and he was violating certain
But
things.
did you ever pay back the 18,000?
I smacked him in the street. Once you hit a nigga, he's paid. I was like, if I'm not gonna get my 18,